Hello. Welcome everybody to Steal the Show. Today I want to talk about the phases of men. Going through life, men change up. And me being 40, being married for 10 years and divorced for like 9 years now, I want to talk about the phases of men and two different aspects of it. One being married, and then one also is being single. So we gonna talk about that today. Let me make me a drink. Y'all know how I do, and then we gonna get into this. So, phases of men. Let's say the first phase. First phase, man, he in his 20s. See, I jump straight to 20s, then go young man. We're talking about men here. So, in his 20s, he's growing up and he's dating different women, and he's dating them. He's taking them out. He's understanding more and more things that he don't like about a woman, or he like about a woman. And some get married at a young age, like me, right? So right now we're gonna talk about the man that don't get married. So the man that don't get married, he go through his 20s, dating a bunch of different women, having sex with a bunch of different women, and he's living his life, but with money that he's still living check to check. Let's say that, right? He's living check to check, but he's maintaining, and he got his vices, rather if it's women, drinking, or whatever, weed, but he's doing these things and he's enjoying life. But now, as we all know, that men, they get more financially stable in their late 30s, early 40s, right? So now, he's in his late 30s, early 40s. And like I said, now he's more financially stable. So now he can move a little bit different. What I mean by that is that now if he meet a woman, he not working check to check. He got money in the bank saved up. He can take her out on a date. He can take her out for a weekend if he wanted to. We can say, hey, let's go ahead and fly to a different state and go out. I know this restaurant that I love in Texas for breakfast, Houston, Texas. Let's go there. Okay, come on, cool, let's go. Now he can move like that. He can do whatever you want. Well, not whatever, but you understand what I'm saying. Now, let's go towards the married man. The married man, let's say you get married, right? 22, 23 years old. Get married young. That guy, he's doing everything that he can to please his family, to maintain his family, rather if it's bills, time being there with the family, things like that. But now he didn't really have a chance to mingle and get out and do things. So now once he get up into that financial space where he's a little bit more comfortable now, he's in his late 30s, early 40s. Now he like, man, I can really enjoy life now. But now he's married, he got a family, and he's looking at his friends. Man, they living that life. I ain't never did this, I ain't never done that. I want to do these things. Now he either sneak off and do these things, or he's just home just wondering and thinking. And now any little thing, now it's an argument to be over with, right? But now, phases of men. I just told you all about the first phase, and then a little bit into the second phase, which is the financially stable phase for a man. That financially stable phase is like this. When you meet a woman around that age, you 40, 42, women say, you ought to be out of the having sex with a lot of women phase, and you ought to be ready to settle down and this and that. Well, the thing about that is this. That man been in the first phase for 10, 15, 20 years, where he couldn't move how he want to move. He been living check to check. So now that man, he can move how he want to move now. So that man now in that phase, that 40 plus phase, some men late 40s, now they changing. Some men never changes. Or if they do, they 55, 60. But that phase is like you get to do what you want. You get to move how you want. Now, a man's value comes where he's financially stable. So now all of those women that he was either afraid of talking to, or women that he talked to but he wasn't financially set to even do something more than just have sex with those women, because after they saying that he didn't have the funds that they needed in their lives, now he can get them women. Now he can get those women and keep those women, because now he can move that way. Now that married man, he's at that place where he's just frustrated as hell. So now he either, like I said earlier, divorce, or he goes out and cheat. He haven't lived his life. He got married too young. So now he's at that stage where he want to get out and do things. So a lot of marriages end up, especially the ones that got married, like myself, I got married young at 22 years old. A lot of them don't make it. Not just for that reason, but a bunch of other different reasons. So those are the two phases. Phase one is when he's growing up and he's understanding himself a little bit more, but he's moving without money. And phase two is now we got money, and now we can move how you want to move. And now he can get certain kind of women that he couldn't get before. Or you can always get them, but it's all about keeping them. But now we got the funds though to keep those kind of women, because now we have the funds. Now, stage three is late 40s, early 50s. Where now that man, either if he's married or not, he may be ready. He's now closer to settling down now. He's closer to settling down because he has spent his whole life mingling with a bunch of different people, which a lot of people would say that that's a bad thing for a man. I'm not speaking on women right now. I'm just talking about men. A lot of people say that that's a bad thing for a man. I don't think so. Mingling with a bunch of people when you're a man, like I said in the beginning, it helps you figure out a bunch of things that you don't like about women, but it also gives you an idea on a bunch of things that you do like about women. So now when you're ready to say, will you marry me? Now, one, you have a better idea about who you want to marry, and also for what reasons that you want to marry this person. What does this person bring to the table? Not necessarily money, but what does she bring to the table to where she helps you, not fulfill, but she helps you maintain the lifestyle that you want. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about maintaining your happiness that you already have, because you have been through life doing what you want before, when you didn't have a lot of money, and then for the last 10-15 years you've been doing it with money. Let's say for 5 to 15, because some guys may come out a little bit earlier. But the thing is that man, now he's more at a settling state. Men, for us, we don't, our life starts around that end of our late 30s stage. That's when our life starts. For a woman, I know I just said that I wasn't gonna bring up women, but just a tad bit. For a woman, 40 is like getting up in age, because one, now she's liable to have a bunch of complications when it comes down to kids. Things get to sagging, breasts, booty, things like that. So a lot of people feel like that men, we are getting old at that point too, but really we're not. We're just getting started. So like I said, so when women say you ought to be grown out of this stage and this and that, no. Just because you started having sex and you've been mingling and doing what you're doing, being hot in the ass, not trying to talk about women, but you have lived your sexual life, and now you want to slow down, because now you want to be married. 35, 40, now you want to settle down, so you think that we should settle down, but really our life is just starting at late 30s, early 40s. This is just how I'm looking at it, right? Now, am I telling a man to get married once he's 45, 50? I'm not telling anyone to do anything. I'm just giving you my opinion on how I look at life now. And a man should experience both lives, because trust me, there is a different life when it comes down to mingling with women with no money or with some money, to where you're dealing with women, or in your life just in general. When you're dealing with people, when you have money, when you can move how you want to move, it's a big difference. Okay, so those are the 3 different phases. 1, 20s, early 30s. You're mingling check to check. That's a difference. That's a different dating. And then late 30s, early 40s. That's a different phase there. And then once that man become in his late 40s and early 50s on up, Now he's a little bit more ready to settle down. Now, I want to talk to y'all about a filled cup. This kind of goes with this. And this goes to both men and women. And this is what I mean by a full cup. With that man being able to do these things in his life now he's at that late 40 and early 50s, right? His cup now is filled. What I mean by that is that, one, like I said earlier, it's a little bit easier for him to settle down is because, one, he should have by now his financial status should be good. Whatever sexual capade that he have and wanted to do, he should have been and done it by now. The kind of cars and lifestyle, ladies, all of that. Now he should be a point to where he's happy for himself. He doesn't need a woman, but he wants a woman. To find a woman like that she's also is full too. Her glass is also full. Now you have two people. Glass are full. So it's no 50-50. You both have two glasses that's full. So now, if my glass is full and yours is 3/4 full, now I'm pointing to the woman glass, and now it's a strain on me trying to fulfill my glass back to the top, and vice versa. So, and then don't let one of the opposite sex have a hole in their glass. It's never going to get fulfilled. And what I mean by that, they can be going through something from their past, rather if it's relationships, sexual assault, anything. So it's not just about money. I'm talking about mental, I'm talking about confidence, everything, financial, everything. Both parties should come in filled. The woman should be at the place where she want to be in her life when it comes down to her mental health, her financial wealth, and the man should too as well. Now, when both of those parties come together with both glasses filled to the top, y'all got 200% now. And no matter what, this relationship works. Why? Because I want to be with you. I don't need you. And her the same way. I don't need you, but I want to be with you. So let's make this work. Say what? You're late on the rent. Don't worry about it. My 100%, bam. I'm taking care of it. This is going on. Don't worry, baby. We're good. Rather if it's this way or that way. So I guess, one, men need to ask themselves, what phase am I in as a man? And am I ready to be either in a relationship or married? And women, you ought to look at your men, rather if it's your husband or your boyfriend or someone that you're dating that you want to take to that next level. Ask yourself, what phase is my man in? Because he may not be ready to take that next phase. Is his financial straight? Have he got it all? Well, I'm not going to say all out of him, but have he gotten most of it out of him? Because if you don't watch my show before, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to say all men, but I truly believe 85% of men, he's going to do what he do. Now, once he get up in age, he's going to just move different. I'm not telling you to accept anything, but you do what you do, or do what you want to do. But if he's a good dude, just weigh your options. Look at it all. But I just want to say thank y'all once again for tuning in to Steal the Show. Thank you, and once again, this show, I speak in a lot of reality. So that's what you're gonna always get from me, rather if you like it or not. But I'm gonna tell you how I feel about what reality is in life. It's totally up to you to accept it or not. Y'all have a great day, and thanks for tuning in to Steal the Show. Ladies, I need one of you ladies to come onto the show and do phases of women. I'm not a woman, so I can only do phases of men, but I need a lady to help me come onto the show and talk about phases of women. I mean, 3-4 phases. I know y'all kind of complicated, so if it's more than 3, like I just did towards the men, yeah, that's fine. But can you contact me? And let's talk about these phases of women. Thank you.